So let me give context because that is definitely a sentence of all time. So I went to Hostin Bosch with some friends of mine, Kim Jong Un, Spamton, Makima, that everyone knows, the classic friend dynamic, classic. I went to Hostin Bosch, and what that is, it's kind of like a theme park sightseeing thingy inspired by the Netherlands.
Weet ik.
Je bent een kerngezonde, vitale autist.
Ik heb geen autisme. Ik heb ADD.
We clock in for the night, we go to the hotel, and when we get into the hotel, I realize that there is an onsen. And an onsen, for those of you that don't know, it's this public bath thing. You get naked, you get in the water. It reminds you of like your ancestors. They connect with you, and you soothe yourself. Like I said, it's like a public bath. Think Rome, which most of you should be familiar with. As a man, that's all I think about is Rome and femboys. You go in there, you relax your bones, your old bones, and when I heard that there was an onsen, I was like, yes. For an elder statesman like myself, the bones aren't what they used to be. Some days I just feel like Dry Bones Bowser with an acceleration build on Rainbow Road, 200cc, no items. And then someone's playing with like a baby, like the cart build, and they're playing, like Baby Mario, bro? If you play Baby Mario, bro, genuinely, you should be executed. That should be a crime. Anyway, that's besides the point. Anyway, so I get in there, right? I'm talking to the guy at the desk, grab my key to put my clothes in the locker and everything, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, there's no towel at the front. Interesting play, interesting to say the least, because every onsen that I've been to has a towel at the front. You grab the towel and then you go into the locker, get butt booty naked, then you go in. But interesting detail, interesting quirk, there is no towel at the front. So I'm like, oh, I see. They have the towel in the locker area. That's where they have the towel. So I get in there, take off all my clothes. There is no towel. There's no towel in there at all. I'm like, that's not good. But I don't stop in dismay and horror, because I'm like, okay, they must have put it in the onsen room, because there's the locker room, and then there's the door that lets you into the onsen room. And I'm like, oh, they must have it like in a separate compartment in the onsen room. Okay, I see. Interesting design, but alright, sure. So I'm taking all my clothes, walk into the onsen room, and I look around for like 2 minutes, and I realize in utter horror that no, there is no towel in there. So I'm just without a towel. And I'm thinking to myself, once I get in the water, I guess I'm just gonna have to air dry. I do not see a speck of fabric to dry myself with. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna just have to air dry in the locker room. And that's what I've just come to realize. That is how things are gonna be, which is going to take a long time. And I'm just going to hide from anyone else that comes in there, because they're gonna walk in and be like, why is this black dude just doing jumping jacks in the corner? But then I see my salvation in the corner. There, gleaming, glistening, there is a towel. I feel it, it's dry. So my thought becomes, someone must have come in here and that was their towel. So I'm like, I can't use that. But I'm in there for 2 hours. I'm soaking, connecting with my ancestors. I realign my chakra, open my third eye. And no one takes the towel. And no one else is in there.
I am so lonely.
There's like an old dude. I'm pretty sure he was a politician, right? He was there for like 1 hour with me, right? Well, low-key, no, he couldn't be a politician, because if he were, I would have been touched. I'm not even gonna hold you. But yeah, no, it's just this one dude in there. He left like an hour in, and that towel was still there. He didn't grab that towel. He just left. And I come to think, it makes sense in my brain, that person that had that towel left. They left the onsen and they forgot about that towel. So now that that's no one's towel, it's my towel, right? Because what are you gonna need it for? It's like grave digging, the philosophy of robbing. I call it robbing in air quotes. Because, like, what are you gonna need? Why would you need a family heirloom in heaven? You get up there, and God's like, yo, bro, I'm pretty sure you were, like, the chillest dude ever. That's why you're here. Because if not, you'd be in, hell. But I'm pretty sure you're, like, the chillest dude ever. He's like, because of that, you know what? He gives you a beanbag chair, like a Mountain Dew voltage specifically, Cool Ranch Doritos, and then he hooks you up HDMI. He hooks up the PS5 to the TV and then you're playing GTA 6. Like, literally, God's got you set, bro. I promise you, he's got you set. So nothing that you put in your tomb, in your coffin, you need. Therefore, grave robbing is completely justifiable. In fact, it is just repurposing things for people that need it. And that applies to my situation. The guy that presumably had this towel no longer needs the towel because no one's here and I need a towel. So the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, and I am the many. After I soak and realign my chakras, eventually achieve the avatar state, I'm like, all right, I'm done. And so I get out. I grab the towel and I'm starting drying myself off. And then, to my absolute dismay, I'm simply mortified. This Japanese dude walks out after me drying off for 2 minutes. And he walks up and he points to me and he goes, "My towel?" Hermano, you cannot understand the situation I'm in. That's top 10 worst situations to be in, bro. I am literally wrapped in this dude's towel and he's asking, is that his towel? And I have nothing else on. I'm not even dry. I haven't even had a chance to dry. And I'm like, let me diffuse this situation. So I'm like, all right, yeah. I'm like, yes, it's your towel. I'm telling him it's your towel. Second problem, I'm in Japan. Even though I live here, I don't speak the language.
But you said you knew Spanish.
I'm a proud American. Why would I speak any other language? So I don't know Japanese to tell him. I get what he's saying. He doesn't understand what I'm saying. So I'm communicating to this dude, yo, this is your towel. And he is asking, is that his towel? We go back and forth for a little bit. And I'm like, okay, all right, let me grab my phone. Because I have Google Translate on there, right? I'm trying to find Google Translate. For some reason, I cannot find Google Translate. I think it's because the app is called Translate and I typed in Google Translate, so it didn't give me anything. But I'm trying to find it and I can't find it. And then, you factor in the fact that my hands are wet. My hands are still wet. So I'm just splish splashing, mud mixing, like I'm Bob Ross on my screensaver. And it's terrible. It's a terrible situation, right? And not to mention, while all this is happening, this dude is taller than me. I can tell he's played basketball, right? I'm about 5'6", right? And no, I'm 5'7". From my calculations, let me approximate. He's about 5'9". Me looking straight at him, I can see his balls. I can see his balls in my face. I literally have to look up at this guy to talk to him, or I'm seeing his balls. And that's not what you want to see. The rule of thumb of an onsen is to keep your eyes up in the air so you're not seeing mad dick and mad balls in your face. And so it's bad. It's not good. I have to look up at him, and that works for a little bit. But then he sits down on the bench, and now I need to look down at him to talk to him. Good Lord Almighty. And now I'm seeing his 2 orbs in my vision. Not to mention, this fellow is not a gardener. He has not trimmed. Them bits look Sasquatch-like, bro. You are a disgusting fellow. You got to make sure to keep the gardens clean, bro. You got to tend to that, bro. Cut the weeds. But he's never heard of that. This fella has never heard of that philosophy. Like I said, I'm talking to him. While this is happening, he leaves. And I think there's a phone in the onsen room. So he calls the front desk and he's like, yo, bro, I need a towel. And the guy at the front, the receptionist, comes in with the towel and gives it to him. He goes to dry off somewhere else. I must emphasize how bad this looks on my part. I look like the foreigner stereotype. I went in there, I took, taking is stealing. Anyway, I steal his towel. I wrap up, rub my cheek hair all over it, right and left. And when he's talking about, yo, bro, I think you got my towel, I can't even, talk to him. I can't communicate with him at all. Not to mention, I'm black. So stealing, yikes. This dude probably went home after this event. He was talking to his okasan, his otosan. I'm very culturally inclined. I get down with the Japanese. Anyway, he probably told them, he was like, yeah, bro, I was in the onsen room, and then some black guy stole my towel. I hate black people. He's probably raging about how much he hates people of my complexion because I took from him, I stole from him. He's gonna talk about how much he hates Detroit. I'm not even from Detroit. And then I come upstairs, back to the room. I tell everyone about it, and I'm getting zero emotional support. This was top 10 most traumatizing events in my life. I don't think most people walk around and they're like, oh, I remember that time I saw that dude's balls. It's terrible work. And then, you know, I'm like, let's blow off some steam. And then I boot up Cuphead. Worst mistake of my life. I don't know why I said blow off steam and boot up Cuphead. But I'm in the room with Kim Jong-un and he's talking to like his homies on the phone. I think my homies called and then I was on Cuphead, so I gave the phone to him and he's talking about some child labor, more like child privilege. You know how hard it is to find a job nowadays? Ha ha ha. And I'm struggling on Rumor Honey Bottom, bro. Top 10 worst design bosses in the game. You know, the game is difficult, but all the bosses are designed well. This one is the only one designed poorly. How is it that the platforms that I'm on generate and yeah, all right. Anyway, yeah, that was the story. Yeah, thank you for watching my first video. There is a second onsens story. This didn't happen once. This happened twice, but I'm gonna leave that for next time because this video is running long. W video.